France. That's what's needed in the United States. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Thank you, John. So this is an anti-racist movement. What we know is that this government, the Trump government, are blaming immigrants for the unemployment. They want to spend billions for a wall. But the fact of the matter is the United States and Hillary Clinton was involved in the Honduran coup to put in a military government, which led to people being forced to come to this country. NAFTA, which the Democrats and Republicans have supported to get it passed, NAFTA led to the privatization of the land, the ejidos, so farm workers couldn't make a living. They were forced to immigrate to the United States. They get kicked out of the United States, and now they're working as slave labor in San Quintin. Corporate trade agreements that Macron and that Trump and the Democrats support are anti-labor, are anti-working class. What they're about is making more profit. What they're about is destroying jobs, outsourcing, privatization of jobs. And Trump promised people in the United States he was going to create jobs. What happened to General Motors? What happened to General Motors? They closed down their plants. That's what happened to General Motors, because they're interested in profit. General Motors builds more cars in China than they do in the United States. So we're talking about not American capital, we're talking about international capital. That's really what's going on in this country. There's a struggle against international capital and the multinationals, and that's why the struggle of the French working class is important, because they are struggling against the same things. So our next speaker, Ricardo, we want to talk about the struggle of the Puerto Rican people, because Puerto Rico, which is a colony of the United States, has been exploited since 1889. We, the United States, said we were going to bring democracy to Puerto Rico. Have you heard that word before, democracy? Have people heard the word democracy? Well, the United States has been telling people that in Puerto Rico we were going to bring democracy, in the Philippines and in Cuba. And France says they were going to bring democracy to Africa, the countries of Africa like Libya. Actually, they were bringing repression, they were bringing exploitation. So welcome, Ricardo Ortiz.
Good afternoon. What's going on? Oh, right here. Yes, France is the country of the Commune and also the country of the French Revolution. But also, France is an imperialist country. France, since the 1970, has made more than 40 invasions to the continent of Africa, starting with Chad, the Ivory Coast, Libya. I mean, France has like probably 11 or 10 military bases in the continent of Africa. France, right here, not far from here in the Pacific, has a colony called New Caledonia, which also has a struggle for self-determination. And during the 80s, the French government sent a military task force to crush a movement for self-determination in there. So, and who can forget the blowing up of the Greenpeace, that ship that was a ship to monitor and to oppose nuclear exercises in the Pacific. And it was discovered beyond any reasonable doubt that the French government had a sinister hand in the destruction of the Greenpeace. It is proven beyond any reasonable doubt. So, talking about foreign debt, Comrade Steve mentioned, United States imperialism blood-sucking the country of Puerto Rico, an oppressed nation in the Caribbean that has been oppressed since 1898. The French corporations and banks, they also have a number of African countries, like Steve has mentioned, indebted with debt. The French banks are among the first 20 financial institutions in the world. Mining, there are corporations, the French mining corporation owns a lot of mining interests in the Congo. Actually, in 1982, for those of you that France only produces nice pastries, France sent a military task force to the Congo to the Katanga province along with the Belgian army to crush people over there that were rebelling against these French corporate interests. So France is not just a touristic nice country that has this history of the French Revolution, the Commune, and '68. We have solidarity with the French workers. The French workers are our brothers and sisters. They are our class brothers. And we do support every struggle that they wage. But at the same time, we stand in solidarity with the victims of French oppression. Haiti. Thank you for mentioning. I mean, even through the 20th century, at times French sent military elements to Haiti. Actually, they gave political asylum to Jean-Claude Duvalier. He was thrown, that dictator that was himself proclaimed him and his father dictators for life in Haiti, supported at the behest of the United States and France itself. So we have to have these things very clear in our mind that the European Union is not a merely club of countries that are meeting in a coffee house to have fun or talk peace and solidarity. The European Union is an institution that has cohesion among European imperialists to compete with the United States imperialists. That's what it is. That's what it is, and we have to make that clear and to have it clear. And what is happening in the world right now, it is this dangerous game that these imperialist countries are playing against each other. This country, the United States, which is the most dangerous imperialist country of all, is trying to resuscitate and create a new Cold War. Now they're bringing that this crazy fantasy that the Russians are a threat to us. The Russian people are not a threat to us. They are not. They are our friends. They are our brothers and sisters. And the U.S. capitalists, they just want to take resources in Eastern Europe. They want to compete with the German imperialists that own a lot of the resources that were privatized in Eastern Europe. Siemens now owns a lot of energy that comes from the former Soviet Union to Europe. So that's what it is. It's a competition amongst these crazy monopolies. They are trying to isolate China. This is what the United States also is doing, trying to create a dangerous situation with our brothers and sisters from the Pacific. The Chinese people are our brothers and sisters, and we also demand that the United States stop threatening and stop isolating the People's Republic of China. We are against this empire that is just supporting war and creating tension and exploitation. Down with the French capitalists, down with the American capitalists, and long live the workers of the world. Thank you.
Now the French capitalists. Now